Hey, so hi David, how are you?
I'm really good, thanks, Tam. Yeah, keeping nice and busy. We're just planning for our private sector event at the moment on 29th of January at Stansted. So doing lots of work on that and of course really enjoying the time we're spending with you at the moment as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So for today, we wanted to sort of catch up. We've been working together for a little while now, and activeBob, your AI employee, has been part of Team Purple for a little while now, for a few
Mhm.
weeks. So we thought it would be a good chance to catch up and just sort of reflect on how that experience has been and how things are going. So from your perspective, how is activeBob settling into Team Purple?
Well, ActiveBob is settling in really well, actually. It's really interesting because having spoken to you, we've almost treated this AI assistant as a new team member. So what would you normally do with a new team member? Well, you have to do an orientation, you have to do an induction, and you have to provide this support with information. Otherwise, how's it going to help other people? So actually, it's just like onboarding a new member of the team, and we've treated it in that way. And it's been really powerful for us actually because it's made us really think about the type of information we do give to new members of our team as part of that orientation and onboarding process. So it's been very interesting.
Brilliant, and that's great to hear. Very much our approach is to think about. I think people often get concerned about AI as being very tech heavy and not being sort of technical experts, but actually we talk about it more as exactly as you've said. It is part of your resource, your workforce, part of your team, and think of it more as an employee than a part of the tech stack. So with that in mind, how has that sort of setup and onboarding process been for you and the team?
Well, it's been rapid. That's for sure. I think we got an agreement. We've been talking about it for a while, but we got an agreement relatively quickly. And within it must be about 10 days, we had our first sort of test of ActiveBob to see if the information we provided to ActiveBob had worked. So yeah, it's been really used. I don't know how to put this because people at your team like Steph and Shane have just been so powerfully quick in responding to us and so powerful from the training point of view. It's just been, yeah, I wasn't expecting it. And I've been really surprised and pleasantly surprised at how simple and straightforward it's been.
Oh, that's fantastic to hear. Thank you. I mean, they are pretty awesome, our team, so I'll definitely pass that on. So yeah, I think it's something we wanted to turn around pretty quickly, but actually the ability of how we go about setting up the AI means it isn't a complex process. We can turn that around pretty quickly for you. Um, so, I mean, is there anything you sort of touched on a little bit earlier, and within that sort of process, I guess we've had a little fun throwing some questions at
Mm.
Active Bob and seeing how he handles it, and we've seen some other people have a play around with that as well. Is there anything kind of you've reflected on sort of the learning, whether that's about the journey of AI or actually just about within ActiveNet, how you're going about those sort of processes and managing inquiries to events?
Yeah, the journey in AI has been really interesting because I've been thinking about this for a while. I spoke to Justine a couple of years ago, Justin about this a couple of years ago, and we were looking at AI opportunities, and we wanted something better than the chatbot. We wanted something that had personality. We wanted something that reflected who we are, the values of our business, and the rapidness of our responses to people, etc., which is all really important. But it was more about being able to inject that little bit of fun. And I think some of the people that have tested Bob has been quite interesting. And actually, they've used fun as a way of testing it. So by the feel of it, I'm going to be not only telling jokes at the next event, but I'm going to be singing karaoke as well, which is really interesting that people have gone that route. But we're now getting to that point where we're promoting it, we're telling people about it, and people are starting to use it and starting to ask Bob about what does the event cost? Is there vegan meals? If I was in a wheelchair, is there access to the hotel? How have they got EV chargers? And all of a sudden, I've realised that all of that stuff would normally be answered by me. It would normally be me sending an email, and then another email coming, and it's just from our reflection, it's about the value of the information, the data that we put in, which is really reaping rewards on the back end of that. And then it's the ongoing training. And it is so simple. So somebody will ask Bob a question, Bob will give them a response. I see both the question and the response on the dashboard, and I go, oh, actually, we could add a little bit in there. We could change that a little bit. We could give a little bit more detail. So all I have to do is train it. And I just type in a message to Bob. Bob reads it, understands it, and acts on it. And it is just fantastic. If all of our team members that started probably a week and a half ago had that capability, we would absolutely fly in this sector.
Yeah, absolutely, and beauty as well. You only have to train them, and tell them once, and that's it. So yeah, I think brilliant to hear and really great feedback, and it will be really interesting to see as the weeks go on, sort of the impact on not only improving that process, helping the experience of people that are wanting to come to ActiveNet, either returning or ideally some new delegates that we can come through that as well, but also kind of the impact that has through the event and afterwards. So we'll definitely touch base again, reflecting after the first event being, or the upcoming of the next one, end of January.
Yeah, that's right. On the 29th at Stansted, it's our private sector event. So we're really hoping that we'll get some time with people at that event to find out what their experience was like. So yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks, Tam.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Bob. David, we'll speak to you soon.
Cheers. Take care. Bye-bye.